Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we're working on a pattern that I threw together that kind of last month, it kind of inspired the whole idea where I was playing around with so many different arrowhead type designs. I kind of put together a diamond in the center and then three distinctly different segments all kind of squished into one design. And then, the diamond in the center just makes it so that way it flips and goes the other direction. So there's a lot kind of going on with this one. And again, this is the kind of projects that you just don't get if you were to go to friendshipbracelets.net or Braceletbook, because I designed out a whole bracelet. I didn't design out a pattern. I designed out a whole crazy set of things that just kind of wasn't sure how they would come together, but it turns out it came together really, really well. At the ends, that area that I just completed ends up just looking like three little dots in the middle of a dark space, a little less like arrowheads and just a little something kind of different. And then in this segment here, it's a bit like an arrowhead, but it doesn't go to the next one. It's like one very elongated arrowhead, which is different. And I'm kind of thinking that I kind of want to see this done in something other than just two colors, because of the way that the string is traveling. I'm kind of curious, if we do this in a rainbow, what happens then? It's going to do something. I just don't know what it would do. It was interesting. It is interesting to have seen it in the two color like this. It is a fun pattern. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's probably more intermediate than a beginner friendly because of all of the zigzags. If you're comfortable with knots that go left, right, and right, left, then this should be fine. But you have to be really comfortable with them because there is quite a bit of that going on in here. And I did find that in order for me to do this, I had to watch the pattern pretty closely, because there is a lot of change-ups and a lot of, I guess that's really it. It just changes what it's doing quite frequently. Just like what you might get kind of used to an area, and then suddenly you're doing something completely different. And that's what kind of makes this one really interesting to me, is how it does seem like you don't have that feeling of repetition. There are bits that are repetitive, but it doesn't feel like it, because you're only in those bits for a little while before you're suddenly thrown into something else completely different. And it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. I did a lot, because it's only two colors. I did a lot of stuff where I didn't use a zigzag knot when I didn't have to, if a string didn't require it. Just go with a straight one. And that kind of worked out for me. It kind of keeps the bracelet looking a little bit straighter, a little bit neater. The back looks crazy. The back is beyond crazy. But yeah, it's a fun bracelet. It's a fun build. And I would encourage you to take the graph paper from over on my website and do something similar. Find some kind of a crazy notion that you have. Maybe you like arrowheads, maybe you like some other kind of pattern, and manipulate it so that way it does a whole bunch of different things all in one bracelet, and see what comes of it. It's kind of hit or miss, but if you have things symmetrical, like balanced both sides, you'll be surprised at how convoluted you can make the whole thing and still come out with something that that genuinely looks nice, that genuinely will take somebody's imagination and make them go, wow, you know, that's pretty neat. Because yeah, as I hold this bracelet out for myself, there is some kind of cohesion amongst it. There's the 3 dots on either side of the center diamond. Then there's like the 3 lights diamonds that are past that, and then the 3 dots at the end. There's something that unites all of it all together that just, yeah, you just don't get this kind of stuff because the other patterns are made to just be repetitious. You're just meant to kind of go in one direction, do a thing, that's it, you know. I like to think that there's a lot more that we can do with these bracelets. This might actually be a really interesting if we were to do it double wide, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff that would then be arrowheads going in the opposite direction as a result. You know, like down the middles. It would be really kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, we're past the middle. I almost forgot to thank my YouTube members for making this stuff possible. Guys, I know that we did an unboxing video of string not that long ago, but honestly, I'm kind of looking at maybe another string order being placed within the next month or so, because certain colors are kind of getting used up a lot. And then the bag that I'm going to be working on, that's going to take up a lot of string, and I want to make sure that I don't run out of any of that. So yeah, when I say I go through an awful lot of string, really, some of the bigger projects especially. So thank you guys so much for making all this happen. Yeah, there's some parts in here like this where I didn't really segment it out a whole lot because of the way that it was sort of designed, trying to keep the knots tight. There are certain areas where I obviously get way ahead with the segmenting, but there are moments where it doesn't make sense to and keeps things tight. So yeah, you might kind of want to, if you're going to make this, kind of check out how I did it, because I think a lot of the elements that I used definitely helped keep it nice and straight edged and looking really good. So yeah, I just, even watching this, it's like, man, I just can't get over how different the different segments are, like how, you know, changed up it all is. Like I said, I think I'm going to try to make this, you know, with 6 colors instead of 2, and just kind of let the colors kind of land as they will and see what comes of it. Maybe I do the center big areas red, and then, you know, an orange outside of that, and just see where everything else lands. You may not know this, red is my favorite color. So a lot of times when it comes to the rainbow bracelets, you'll notice that red takes a predominant spot. Just a personal preference thing, it makes it fun. But if that's red, I guess that makes the center diamond purple and blue. That'd look cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's something for me to think of. I've got tomorrow off, but maybe we can see this pattern done entirely differently. That'd be kind of neat. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.